Good morning, everybody, and welcome to FIA Formula 3 as we get underway for the sprint race at this amazing RAF Silverstone base as well. 18 laps ahead of us, or 40 minutes, whichever comes first as well. It's beautiful conditions at the moment. Track temperature at 24.1 degrees, air temperature at 15.6. Wind speed is also up there as well. That is at 4.9. Humidity 45%. Track is dry as things currently stand as well, and we're all set for the first race of the weekend here at Silverstone. Synthil's alongside me in the commentary box. Good morning, Synthil. You okay? Oh, I can't hear you. Hang on 2 seconds. Good morning.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can now. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Let's go through the grid then and how things stand here as we come into this weekend. Here's the starting grid then for you. Risa Shishima starts on pole position. Alongside him on the front row is Victor Martins. Kush Maney and Isaac Hadjar have row 2. Roman Stanak is 5th. Caelan Frederick 6th. Oliver Behrman 7th. Jack Crawford in 8th. Kyle Collette 9th. And Zane Maloney starts 10th. Arthur Leclerc is 11th. Zach O'Sullivan is in 12th position. 13th for David Vidales, 14th Johnny Edgar, 15th for Gregory Saucy, 16th Juan Manuel Correa, 17th Franco Colapinto, 18th is Hunter Yanni, 19th is Francesco Pizzi. Ida Cohen starts in 20th as the cars head off on their formation lap. Further down, William Alatello is 21st from Nazmin Asman in 22nd. Brad Benedevers is in 23rd. Federico Malvesti is 24th. Rafael Villagomez 25th. Enzo Trulli is 26th on the field as well. 27th for Philip Urgan, his debut. Zaydek Chigrekne is down to 28th. Laszlo Toth 29th. And the 22 of Jose Maria Marti starts 30th, permitted to start by the stewards' documents as well. So then, Cynthia, you ready for this one? 18 laps ahead of us here at Silverstone. It's going to be another classic weekend of racing. Fingers crossed, though, with Martins leading the championship on 62 points and Roman Stanak on 56. It's Victor Martins to lose here this weekend at Silverstone.
Yeah, absolutely. It is cloudy, but it's dry so far, which is kind of surprising when I checked the weather yesterday. But for now, it stays dry. What time will it rain? Will it any chance for this race? No, right?
Double checking the rain at the moment on the weather forecaster apps as well to see how far away it is. It says rain at 2 o'clock, so an hour before the qualifying. 70% chance of rain during the F1 quali. Tomorrow now looks like a chance of rain at the start of the race as well, so it's all going to go off shortly as well. But this is going to be fun, this one.
Well, that could be really interesting. Mixed conditions, in that case for Formula 1, that could be really crazy. And it seems like for Formula 2 at least it will rain today. But for now it's going to be a dry race, which doesn't make it any worse because F3 is even crazy in the dry.
Now, Brad Benedevers stopped on the grid. He stalled on the parade lap. He's now circulating quite slowly round the back half of the track. He's still at the loop. Everybody else is coming through the hangar straight now as well, and the exit of Maggots and Beckett. So we'll take a double check of that when this race gets underway in a few moments' time as well. Do get in touch on the YouTube chat. Good morning to SHT. He says, "Hi mate, you're doing the Formula E watch along later?" Yes, we are. The stream's going to be put on in between F3 and F1 practice. So the stream is going to be up. Myself and Edward Hunter will be calling that race as well. It's a basic coverage, so I haven't commentated on practice or qualifying. I'll just be doing the race. So Ed's taking care of all that to see if there's anything going on. We might have a start delayed, though, because Brad Benedevers is crawling down the Wellington Straight, and I think he really should pull off the circuit, and it might abort the start. We'll double check. SHT also says wet to dry F1 race will be very interesting in terms of the race start and pit stop strategy. It definitely will be, but this is bad news for Brad Benedevers and the Carling, as well as the field now come to the grid. No idea if we're going to get a start or not.
I suppose we'll get another formation lap like we usually do when there is an aborted start. So yeah, unfortunately for Benavides, I'm just wondering if he can actually make it back to the pits, or if he's going to stop it somewhere. He's slowly going towards Luffield now.
Or he might just get it into the pit lane because the Formula 3 pits is at the exit of Luffield into Woodcote on the Nationals. So he might just bring it into the pit lane if he's smart. Does he come in there? Well, the tail end of the field are lining up. Still no showing of Brad Ben-Devers. It's still showing that he's out on the track, not in the pit lane. So we'll double check that. And he's missed the pit lane, so he's gone round to the grid. You fool! This will abort the start then, for sure, because he hasn't come into the support pit lane. He's gone round. Green flag in the back, but predicted.
Yeah, aborted lap.
Yep, start aborted with 3 flashing amber lights and another formation lap. And Brad Ben-Devers is going to get an absolute hammering from the race director that he would continue to go round and pass the support pit lane entry. He will honestly probably get a grid penalty for that because he knows the car can't make it to the grid. So he's deliberately now caused the start aborted. So he will get a penalty for that for tomorrow's race. Let's listen.
Let me know if they started the race, Ben. It's abandoned start, so it's okay. Just keep going. You're safe. Don't worry. I've got you covered.
Yeah, but the problem is, Synth, the support pit lane is at Woodcote, and he's bringing it back to a pit lane in the F1 International pits, but then he's got to take it back to the Woodcote pit anyway afterwards. So I doubt he's going to get in this one as the formation lap starts again.
Yeah, maybe. Isn't there pits of just where the Formula 1 pits is?
No, that is where the pit lane is, but the Formula 3 pits is the national pit lane. The same with Formula 2 and W Series. That's where their garages are set up this weekend. The F1 pit lane is only for the F1s. They're allowed to go in there during the sessions, but every other time, cars set up and work and whatnot must be done in the own pit lane, which is just alongside there, down at Cops Corner area. So, very bizarre situation, all this, as we continue to wait now for the start. It'll be a 17-lap race now.
Why will they... Why didn't he just pit then if that's the pit lane?
I know, it's really bizarre. I've never seen this before, ever. It should have just come into the pit lane straight away. Would have made it quite easier. But, yeah, at least that has actually made me look at the computer and realise that it was still saying qualifying. 17-lap race then coming up. We'll complete it as Brad Ben-Devers is now crawling into Stowe Corner. And if he causes a second aborted start, he will get a black flag from the event. And that means, goodbye, you're not allowed to take part in the sprint.
I'm pretty sure he'll just go into the pits here.
Hopefully so. He's rounding Stowe now, and the field are just on the hangar straight. Presumably, Risa Shishima has been told back the pack up as much as possible and take a slow formation lap. But it is a 40-minute race, and the clock has not started.
Yeah.
Brad Ben-Devers now made it to the pit lane, so we will start this race at least, which is good news. Marshall's waving down there at the bottom, and these are the TV pictures. But
I suppose his crew is just in this pit lane.
Looks like it, yeah. The crew's in this one, but still, very bizarre situation. 40 minutes on the clock, look, so no one's changing just yet.
Starting position. This is something that he's going to have to manage as well, because he won't be used to leading a field on a formation lap, but also having to deal with, well, an aborted start and then going again. You've got to reset, haven't you, Tom?
Yes, it's very, very difficult for the young drivers because they prepare for the perfect, and now they've got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. All the best laid plans have gone out of the window, and if you've got the sort of nerves and the trepidation of the front row starters, you know, Rhys Yoshijima and Victor Martin, Kushmani, for example, Isaac Hadjar.
Yeah, all getting good, as we had to throw to them for a second while my headset needed to be replugged in. Right, here we go then. The British Grand Prix weekend is about to get underway with its first race here. It is the Formula 3 sprint. It looks like Brad Ben-Devers is not going to make it through. They've plugged the laptop in. Last car at the back is lined up of Jose Maria Marti. Red lights are coming on here at RAF Silverstone. 5 red lights are on. It's lights out and race on. It's a great start from Jose Maria Marti at the back of the grid, but it's Victor Martins who has the inside line. In towards turn 1. He takes the lead away from Risa Shishima and Abbey. Several cars jumping over the rumble strips further back, but it's a good clean start. In towards Village we come around the outside as well. Oliver Behrman battling with Caleb Frederick as well. well. Martins has the lead, and now on the outside, Kushmani trying for a launch. A great launch there, Synthel, as they head down the Wellington Straight.
Yeah, Ushijima is losing some positions here. He's now under pressure by Maney as well, as he lost already the lead to Victor Martins. Outside line for Maney, though. Here in Brooklyn, so it's not going to work out. Here we can see some side-by-side battle. Everybody made it through the first corners.
And a little twitch there for one of the Pramas further back as well. I think that came from that of Arthur Leclerc. Just getting a little bit of a rumble strip there as well, as he's stuck behind Jack Crawford at the moment as well, as we head on to the National Straight on board with Isaac Hadjar. Look at the inside of the MP, and that was almost a major contact as he tried to pass Kushmani. Maney moved across the start line nearly in a defensive position. That put them in the wall.
Yeah, almost side-by-side as well through Copse. They didn't do that anyways. You know, last year that didn't go very well with Verstappen and Hamilton, as he goes side-by-side now here through Marcus Beggars and Chapel. Are there going to be any moves now?
I can't see any. There's pretty much single file. Down the Hangar Straight might be one, though, as Victor Martins goes defensive. Weaves left, weaves right, then puts the car. Dighton in the centre as well. Oshishima tries to look around the outside as well for the Vans. Amersfoort Racing can't seem to find a way through as they head down towards Vale for the first time. And Racing Speed is already trying to look up the inside. And that is the number 6 of Oliver Behrman trying to go right round the outside of Stanek. And that was already... Behrman going off, and here comes Arthur Leclerc.
They nearly went through wide through the final corner, but it was single file anyway, so wheel to wheel. A lot of battles, and that cost out for the Prema driver there. Just losing out after going side by side with Stanek.
Leclerc started 11th, moved out to 10th position, passing Carl Collette as well. Now he's after his teammates as well. The three Premas are 8th, 9th and 10th, and as you said, Synth, they almost went 3 abreast. Is round the outside now as well. That's nearly contact as well. As is that Johnny Edgar trying to pass Zach O'Sullivan for 12th position. Meantime, at the front, Victor Martins leads. Risa Shishima is in 2nd. Kushmani 3rd. As going defensive again is the 26, trying to go right round the outside though, is the 20 of David Vidales, and trying to pass Zach O'Sullivan. So it's Vidales battling with Zach O'Sullivan. The timing screen hasn't updated because it's still showing Johnny Edgar in 13th position in the number 1.
Crazy, they all made it through the first lap, that's for sure. Still no DRS, of course, until lap 3, and it's now on the second lap. Oh, trying to make a move through Copse here a little bit for the Bremen driver of, I think that's Oliver Behrman behind Crawford.
Already.
Or it's Leclerc, sorry.
Already a good start then as this race continues on. Hopefully it'll remain that way. And no one's going to have a bit of a problem elsewhere. Then a bit contact as... Oh, Synthel, we've got a starting grid infringement.
Yeah, so this is... Let's see. Was it Toth and... Oh, I can't see that name.
It's disappeared.
Try to figure it out.
Yeah, I think it was Toth. You're right with Toth, so we'll double check to see who it was. People still saying fastest sector times at the moment as well. Still on the second lap of the race as Frucos passed Edgar. And this is a replay of the race start since. Talk us through it.
Right, so it was a good start from Martins for sure. And as you saw, they went side by side towards turn 1. And O'Sullivan, Ushijima actually tried to stick it around the outside. And that made him nearly lose the position to Maney as well. As we can see, everybody making it through turn 1, all doing a very good job to keep it on track. Here we can see it again. Martins fully side by side with him, and you see, not trying to switch back, but he's sort of trying to stick it around the outside. This is Ushijima, and now Maney went side by side with him as well. Good start from Martins, taking the lead of this race.
Great start as they all get away as well, and thankfully as well, everyone got out of there okay. No real drama on the opening lap. They've been quite calm in normality as well, which I find a bit surprising. Oh, that was a bit tight.
Yeah, a little bit of contact, but that was not enough for Behrman to take a bit of damage. So this is side by side with one of the Tridents here.
2 laps complete then as Brad Bendevers looks like he is done for the day as well. Cars 14 and 15, Josh Blaze told us, so it's Travakne as well and Laszlo Toth, so both of the Charouz Racing Systems as well. And there you go. It will be investigated after the race for out-of-grid positions as it's now flashed upon our monitors once again. Right, lap 3 of 17, 2 laps completed here. 34 minutes left on the clock, and it's Victor Martins leading, the championship leader still out there in front. Risa Tsushima in 2nd position and going for the lead at the inside at Stowe Corner. Martins braked later and defended that line, but optimistic to even attempt the move there from Tsushima, but still pushing hard and not letting Victor Martins get an advantage out there today.
Yeah, by the way, I think that from Chauvenet and Toth, they were in the back of the grid, and that is a bit more tricky with the starting grid because it's sort of, it's not really in a straight line anymore because there's just not enough room for the grid. It's a bit in the final corner that. So maybe something went wrong between those drivers, but this is a great battle for the lead. Now Usajima has DRS.
And everyone is setting different lap times as well, which is personal best out there as well. That's a Toth 1:58.81 is the top one on the timing monitor as well as they come through. And as you say, Tsushima now has the DRS to have a go at Victor Martins down the Wellington straight in towards Brooklands as well. Is he going to think about a move? Hadjar's got it on Maney as well, but they're too far back. Meantime, everyone's going single file as Maney goes a little bit too deep into Brooklands and hooks it up nicely through Luffield, but Hadjar might get the better exit towards Woodcut and Copse Corner if he can have a go. It's looking good.
Yeah, so the two DRS places here are on the Wellington straight and on the Hanger straight, and I think the Hanger straight is longer and a better place to be able to overtake if you're close enough after Chapel.
Absolutely, as they come through, I agree with you there. Hanger Straight's always been the best opportunity to overtake on this track as Hadjar runs it a little bit wide, coming through Copse Corner into Maggots as well. Flicks the car to the right, then to the left, into Beckett's again, losing the rear. Just about held it as well as they come through into Chapel now at the left-hander, down the Hanger Straight, named the Hanger Straight because in World War II it used to hold the big Spitfires as they come around the outside. Oshishima trying for an outside move into Stowe Corner. That is never on as Hadjar has dived up the inside and has taken third position away from Kushmani. The race director was following a different thing there because we should have been looking at Hadjar who made the move.
Yeah, so it's just Usajima trying to compromise Martins' exit so he can get close enough to trying to get past him, probably on the Wellington straight if he can get close enough. And it's behind Hadjar got on this third.
Into Abbey, all looking good as we start the fifth lap here. Into Farm Curve, turn 3 is Village, braking hard. Now this is the technical arena section as well, the loop at turn 4. This is Isaac Hadjar's passing.
Yeah, so we can see him, DRS open. I think this is just going to fly past him, so no DRS there for Maney, as we see him just closing up in the slipstream with DRS down the inside. Maney didn't really defend that one. Oh, he nearly turned in a bit too early, but it was a good move from Hadjar.
Great move from Isaac. Hadjar then goes up into third position, is now catching the two leaders out here as well with Victor Martins and Rita Tsushima. Dark clouds loom over Silverstone as well. Everybody now knows exactly what that could be as they come forward as well. Down towards Copse Corner. Yeah, 18 laps was the scheduled distance for this one. 40 minutes plus 1 lap in total. Tomorrow's race gets underway 8:35 a.m. for the feature. It's 22 laps as well on 45 minutes plus 1 lap. Formula 2 sprint up later on. Ian Birch and Megan Birch will be talking you through that one as well as I'll be commentating on the Formula E with Edward Hunter, and me and Cynthia will be back for tomorrow's 2 features as well as more drama down the Hanger Straight as well as Oshima's got a great run with the DRS, tries to sling around the outside and might just do it against Victor Martins. So much on the exit. Martins pushing him wide, but Oshima's making his presence feel very, very known.
That was really close to contact, and yeah, obviously he's not allowed to overtake off the track, so he had to give that position back to Martins, but it was really close for sure, as he tried to stick it around the outside of Stowe, which is not easy to do, but now he's going to try and stay close as possible. But yeah, it definitely Stowe where he gets overtaken, it's just the Wellington straight where he gets closer, as he head towards turn 2 now.
Josh Place says, and if I remember rightly, the Wellington straight was the runway. No, the start-finish straight was where the runway was. It's sort of in a zigzag shape across it. I think it is part of it down to Brooklands. But if you're actually in the Silverstone paddock, Josh, I'm sure you know this as well, you can actually see part of the original runway that is still part of the paddock as well here at Silverstone. That's why it looks so different as well. But here comes Oshima down towards Brooklands as well. Actually, I think you're right then. If the Wellington straight, it would make it, wouldn't it? So I think it would still be part of the runway, yeah, down the Wellington straight. It's so hard. If you look at an aerial image of Silverstone, it's easier to tell where the airfield was. And that is Brad Benderas getting into the race 6 laps down.
Yeah, I don't know why they even send him out anymore for this race.
Free testing, I suppose. But yeah, he'll probably get a penalty anyway for something or other, breaking some sort of technical regulation. This is Victor Martins' radio.
What is happening in turn 3? I have first. This is the wind, Victor. This is the wind.
So
all I heard from that is that this is for the win, this is for the win. from this team. Not heard anything else on there. The team radios need to be improved in the junior series. The technology is around about 6 years out of date to what they use in Formula 1 as Risa Tsushima tries to send it around the outside again at Stowe Corner. Victor Martins holds the inside line, and coming now to join the fight is Hadjar and Maney as well. So this is all again a bit tasty as we come into Vale at turn 16 once again. Battle on. This is why we love the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. It delivers close racing.
Yeah, lovely to see, but he's just a little bit too far, the Osajima, when he go into the hangar straight. So he's got to hope that Martins makes some sort of mistake so he can get past him anytime soon.
Oh, radio and Oshima.
2 warnings for track limits. Hadjar is within DRS.
So Oshima's got a warning for track limits as well, and Hadjar's now within the DRS range. He's brought Kushmani with him as well. A 4-way fight then for the lead of the British round of the Formula 3 Championship this season as Hadjar heads down the Wellington Straight over the bridge that takes you to the paddock as well via a London red bus, comically enough. Into we go at Brooklands as well. A nice tight line. Luffield sweeps up on you as well. It's a different configuration to the original Luffield, of course, which used to be a chicane. As we head down through Woodcote, which also used to be a chicane back in the 80s, down the National Pit Straight. Silverstone's changed dramatically over the years as well, but some parts of the original circuit can still be seen. Copse is, I think, the only original part of Silverstone left now, as everything else has changed over the years. As they swing through Maggots and Beckett's, which was modified back in 1994. We used to go out towards the village more often, actually. It was more of a triangle shape. And then Chapel changed dramatically as well. Hangar Straight has been modified over the years as well. It's been brought in and butchered a little bit, but still, it's a great circuit. I think my personal favourite was the 94 to 2009 version as well, with the Abbey chicane and bridge and coming in there as well. Then you rounded Brooklands. It was a long sweeper back then as well, but do miss bridge as they come through. Hadjar's back on the attack now, and he won't have DRS down the start-finish straight. He will have it down the Wellington, but don't think he needs it with 10 to go. He is so much faster than Osajima since he's right on the back of him.
Yeah, it's really close, but obviously Osajima himself has DRS as well, which makes it a lot more difficult for Hadjar to be able to overtake on straight. So Osajima just needs to try and stick to Martins. He's losing time to Martins now for sure the last couple of laps, which makes him out of position to overtake him.
Yes, so far down the timing screens as well. It's 0.6 of a second as well, 0.579. Here comes Hadjar then with the DRS as well. As you can see, the rain clouds starting to blow into Silverstone as well. You always take an umbrella when you go to the British Grand Prix, no matter if it's bright sunshine and 32-degree heat. Take an umbrella. You never know when you're going to need it. As Hadjar looks to the inside, as Osashima's looking like he's struggling with something out there. He was very, very wide. And look at Hadjar down towards Copsynth.
Yeah, so he's made a bit of a mistake through Luffield. Outside line into Copse doesn't work. Or is he going to try it anyways? No, he's not. Good decision. He's now trying to switch back and try to force Osajima in. The mistake is really close now as it goes side by side to Maggots and Beckett's.
This is a Hamilton-esque move. Back in 2006, we saw him do this in the GP2 category as well. Hadjar was trying to go side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. Hasn't worked out that way, but Hadjar's really going to have him now. Down the Hangar Straight. DRS opens once again towards Stowe Corner. He's lost a couple of tenths. And look at that, Osashima goes defensive. Maney's just going to sit with him as well. Hadjar looks to the outside line, swings around the outside line, cuts him off with a fantastic manoeuvre. Can he hold it? Yes, he does. That was fantastic from Isaac Hadjar. Round the outside of Stowe Corner, and that was beautiful. It was bold and it was brilliant.
Such a good move. He was already setting it up with Luffield, and he lost. You know, he made Osajima lose a lot of time, and so now he didn't have a DRS anymore on Hangar Straight, and he did a beautiful job going around the outside of Stowe.
Fantastic manoeuvres going on here then for the British round of the Formula 3 World Championship as they come in. Let's take another look at it. Talk us through it, Synth.
Yeah, so we can see it here now. This is after the part where they would try to go side by side through Copse and through Maggots and Beckett's, but here you can see no DRS for Osajima anymore. Here we go, looking a bit right behind him with Slipstream. He's already cutting him off right here as he tries to be cautious through Stowe, and did a very good job to get around the outside of him.
Fantastic manoeuvre as well. And now Maney's going to have a go as Leclerc tries to send him around the outside of his teammate Oliver Bearman into Brooklands, and he's done it. Leclerc goes to 9th after 9 laps being stuck behind his teammate Bearman.
That's a really good move. Maybe Behrman made some sort of mistake, because I'm sure he would have had DRS as well, because he wasn't too far behind Crawford.
Must have had something then coming on to the Wellington Straight out of Aintree at turn 5 as well, so we'll double check as well. Hopefully we'll see a replay if there is something. But Leclerc and Behrman still battling it out together on lap 9 of 17 as they come down. Very surprised, by the way, that we haven't had the F3 and F2 graphics pack updated to the new F1 one like it has done. Surprised they've kept it at the old graphics pack. But personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Don't know why F1 changed over.
I do prefer this one as well.
I do. It's a lot neater than the new one with the glass feature. It just makes it more confusing. But
why there?
I suppose they can't change it, actually, because the F3 logo is too big to fit in where the F1 is on the timing tower. So they probably need to fix that. They don't think, do they, the farmer at some point. Anyway, Roman Stanak, P6, 6/10 advantage to him, and Zane Maloney as well. So they're going to be battling it out with 8 to go here at Silverstone. No one... yeah, go on.
Martin's looking good now, 1.4. Oh, well, actually, I think Hedger might be closing up to him.
Looks like
I think the gap was like 1.7 or something. He's already started to close up to Victor Martens. He was looking comfortable in the lead, but now he's losing some time after Hadjar managed to overtake Ushijima.
Yellow flag is out on the track somewhere. Can't see why. It's a track crash. And this will be a safety car. It's the two teammates. It's it's Laszlo Toth and Travakne as well who have crashed, and this will be a safety car at the very least. The track is blocked. Coming through. Whoa, that's Brad Mendevers getting through. Well, the track's blocked. Wheel off. This will have to be a safety car. Oh, might get it going again, because Laszlo Toth is... he stalled it. Oh, and now there will be a safety car, because he stalled the engine. Yellow flag in Sector 3. Well, where is the safety car deployed?
Final corner.
I was stupid.
Laszlo Toth restarts. Travakne says it was a stupid manoeuvre, and the flashing light here on the new graphics pack, by the way, that means the safety car has been deployed. So safety car is out here at Silverstone.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. This is towards the final corner, or coming out of the penultimate corner, so they might have touched theirs. Not sure what happened. Maybe someone spun and his teammate collected him. We'll see a replay of that soon.
Here it is. You ask, it shall receive.
Nope. So, side by side in the middle of nowhere. Contact there.
It was Travakne who went on the inside, lost it, and hit Toth twice. What? And 3 hits for the teammates. Well, they've broken rule 1 3 times.
Why did he keep it going? Why didn't he stop? He already had a broken suspension here after this contact.
Yeah, that's a really strange maneuver.
He just kept his foot down or something, and they touched. Look at this. So you can see his front left. There is already broken. And now he just kept it going and ran into the side of him again now.
That's a really stupid maneuver.
Well, both should have just braked it already earlier.
So Travakne is out of this race. Laszlo Toth is limping back to the pit lane, we understand, as they come through. The Aston Martin safety car goes through. Hello, Gwenwyn, who says, how does it feel streaming a race in your time zone? Absolutely beautiful. Because, well, I'm looking at the timings. It says 4:33 local time or something like that. I think, oh, yeah, that's my time. It's a lot easier for once, just having it on the same timeline and not having to work an hour. I actually got a lay-in this morning as well. 8 a.m. I woke up compared to the 6:30 a.m. I woke up yesterday. Tomorrow I'll be up there at an earlier time as well for the F3. And personally, Saturday isn't the worst day. Friday is, but... Saturday has got a crossover between Formula E and Formula 2. So the big worry is that if everything's going to go okay for that crossover, that's the only time of the day I'll get stressed, is during those 2 crossover periods of races as the field comes through.
Yeah, so now the question for this restart is, does Hedger have the pace to overtake Martin? He looked quicker before the safety car got deployed, and he wasn't in second place before. He was obviously behind Ushijima, and he looked very quick behind him for sure. But can he get past him? This is what happened to Behrman in the first lap.
Who's he fighting with? Zane Maloney.
What happened with Maloney? He just completely overtook me off the track, and he gets no investigation. Well, did you report it or not?
That's what happened here.
Did you not see me on lap 1? I overtook him at the inside and he just ran off the track and took my position.
No, I think Behrman went off the track there. Okay.
Yeah, but
yeah.
it was about Stowe.
Yeah, he was on about Stowe, and he tried to fight back. Okay, so replay is not showing us the correct angle because we were seeing the Vale chicane where Oliver Behrman went off the track, but we needed to see Stowe corner.
Yeah, I think we saw that as well.
Just
so
at the top, yeah.
Yeah, he did go off in Stowe, so that's why he was on about that he was been overtaken off the track. As the cars have been cleared.
Car's clear, so we can go green again here at Silverstone next lap. Oh, Zane Maloney is under investigation, I believe, because I think I just heard something flash up. Laszlo Toth is out of the race as well, so 2 of the 3 as well for the Charoux Racing Systems are out of the race, and both those drivers were under investigation anyway for being in the wrong grid position at the start of the race. So it's all go there. Josh Play says, I would love to be a fly on the wall in the debrief because they are teammates. Yeah, they might not be teammates for much longer. Let's take a replay of that accident again, actually, Synth.
Yeah, so I think Chauvenac is the yellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chauvenac should have backed out of it. I think he was not side by side with him enough to be able to make that mistake. Look at this, he was nowhere near.
He just sent up the insides.
Yeah.
Gone wide, and it's just it's a stupid manoeuvre. And Toss spins around and touches him twice.
Just for good measure, just making it even more dramatic. Yeah, so I think this is Chauvenac's fault, but yeah, they both could have avoided it, and they were both just behind everyone. No one was clear, near them.
Yeah, Chevotny, one of the few drivers in the F3 field to drive wearing rubber bendable glasses as well. It's glass frames, yes, but the actual things around them are rubber, so they can fit under the helmet. And with that driving, he should have gone to Specsavers in that situation as well as they come through. Right, safety car in this lap. We're going to go green again. So Victor Martins will have to hold off Isaac Hadjar, who was quicker than him in the previous stint, as you mentioned earlier on, Synth.
Yeah, couldn't he get, is it called lenses in English as well?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, instead of his glasses.
Yeah. Needs new lenses, yeah.
Should have made it a bit more comfortable for sure than just hold glasses into your helmet as well. As we go on for the restart, it's going to be interesting if Hadjar can get past Martins as well.
I like the idea that some of these drivers nowadays have prescription visors as well. That's a thing that's used quite a lot in series, so maybe you should get some of those instead. Right, green flag, away we go. The safety car's still out. That's why the flasher is still yellow. And it won't go. Now we go back to green flag running. So it's Victor Martins who controls the pace. He's bolted at the exit of the Vale chicane into club. Green flag, and away we go once again as Hadjar is a bit too far back with a 5-lap sprint coming on here as well. Oshishima can't seem to find anything. Maine's dropped into the clutches of Frederick as well. So pretty much status quo with 5 laps to go here at Silverstone.
Very interesting to see because Martins already went on the hanger straight. He went really early.
Proper bolted, didn't he, as well? So he was trying to get tyre temperature, I presume, as well. And he now has no DRS for 3 laps. So Hadjar's going to have to do this on slipstream power in towards Brooklands as well as he heads down. Look at the wind disruption as well, the aerial radar that comes up as well. It's flying around all over the place as it comes into Brooklands. There's the subtitles for Formula 1 and Formula 2 and Formula 3. Zoom around the exit there. That's the joke that's been going around, isn't it? And then the AWS.
The two Premers are going side by side, look like, because they keep on strong positions. Leclerc tries to get past his teammate Crawford, the only one with a whole different livery than the other 2 Premers.
Yeah, I think Leclerc had the run, didn't he? He was ahead coming into Brooklands. I think Crawford's kept it around the outside because that's how they looked when they came into RTV picture vision as well. But all looks good to me. Crawford 8th, Leclerc 9th, and this is race control. Incident involving Toth and Chevotny is noted for causing a collision. So I wonder how many grid penalties they'll get for tomorrow. Out of position on the start grid, contact with each other, be a bit nightmare as Hadjar is still struggling. And look at that, they've left the rest of the field in their wake. Everyone behind Crawford back is in a battle with each other.
But they're all in the back anyway, Chauvenac and Toth. But to make it even worse, they might get a lot of penalties as well. Here I can see another one. Again, will be investigated after the race.
Yep,
Hadjar is doing a good job to keep up with Martin. No DRS just yet.
It's all go now, isn't it, as they come through. DRS activated this lap, I believe. 14 as well, restarted with 12, so double check to see as Hadjar is all over the back of Victor Martins as well. Hadjar's done the better tyre saving as well, better fuel saving as well. He's able to use more power, whereas Martins is back in the pack up as well. He's trying to back Hadjar into Risa Shishima as well as we head down the back straightaway of the Wellington straight in towards Brooklands. No DRS active, so it's next lap they'll have the DRS, and this is murdering Hadjar's attempt to get ahead of Victor Martins for this race. Replay.
Yeah, so what's happened here?
Oh! Malavesti.
Yeah, Malvestiti going off into the gravel a little bit after Lovefield being pushed wide. So here we can see Hadjar still no DRS. Now he just got to try and stick right behind him. As I think I saw Leclerc and Crawford going side by side again right before the replay, but didn't make it stick again. Leclerc does have a lot more pace for sure.
Yeah, he's still 6 tenths away from Crawford, but closing in.
We can see Martins.
I did not get enough sleep as they come through. Right, here we go again. Down the back straight away then, into the hangar straight towards Stoke Corner. Martins will have to go defensive. He's okay this lap as someone's kicked the dust up at Church as well, Chapel Church.
I think it was Colapinto.
Yeah, because he's got past Vidales as side by side as Vidales gets past Colapinto as well. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Colapinto looking left and right, isn't he? Trying to go back round the outside. Seville chicane locks up, and Vidales just keeps the advantage away from Colapinto. 3 to go. DRS active.
Yeah, he backed out, unlike Chauvenet, so he tried to survive that after going towards there. So he did a good job, and now, he's now going to try and get past him again, but he's now looking more under pressure than being able to attack.
And it's by Zach O'Sullivan as well, who's right on the attacking power to try and find some places through as well here. It's 10:30 at Silverstone, and the crowd's just starting to come in for the action. There's the DRS for Hadjar as well. Can't seem to find a way through into Brooklands, but he's now closing down that of Victor Martins. I think Hadjar might just win this race, you know.
Absolutely. So I think this lap already on Hangar Straight, he'll have a good shot of trying to overtake Martins. We'll see that in a minute. So he got a few more very quick corners to go to try and get behind him as close as possible to get past before Stowe.
Down now, out of Copse Corner. Maggots and Beckett is next, and he's visibly closing down on Victor Martins as well as we come through the Maggots-Beckett's complex, then Chapel, and then it will be the Hangar Straight when the DRS is active. As soon as you hit the curve, Martins picks up some of the dirt. Hadjar has the DRS. Can he bring down that 5/10 advantage? Martins moving left, moving right, has to stay. Hadjar goes to the outside line to try and take the lead. He's too far back though. Martins break way later as Leclerc finally passes Crawford.
Yeah, going for the switchback now. He's really, really close, but he just couldn't get past on the Hangar Straight. Now he's going to try this lap to get even closer, so he can actually get past him. Oh, it's going to be so close. It's going to maybe go on to the final lap of the race.
We need to defend. Martins is being told on the radio as lap 1, turn 15 is involving Zane Maloney, and Oliver Behrman is being investigated for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. It was correct then. It is under investigation. With 2 to go here, Ashashima's joined the battle now as well as they come in, as Hadjar's going to have a go. Stewards have said will be investigated after the race. Okay, so that's that incident. Down the Wellington Straight. DRS open for 3 of them. There's it from Shishima.
Give it all.
Get it all, says Tsushima as Martins goes defensive. Hadjar tries out the outside into Brooklands. Can't find a way through. Got a little bit squiggly there on the brakes. That brings Tsushima into the battle. Brilliant racing in Silverstone.
This is incredible. So Ushijima now only 3 tenths behind him. This is a really interesting 3-way battle for the lead. Hadjar is really close now, so surely if he doesn't make a mistake through these quick corners coming up now, you're going to be close enough to get past Hangar Straight. But we're going to look out for Ushijima as well.
Battling through Copse Corner as well. It's all going to go. Hangar Straight will be the advantage. Oshima looks like he was just running wide at Copse. Into Maggots. Then they're throwing it into the Beckett's. Part of the segment of corners as well. Now, next up will be Chapel before the Hangar Straight. Martins again kicks up some dust. Hadjar's already got the DRS open, so is Tsushima as well. As they head down the Hangar Straight, Martins goes to defend. Hadjar's got much more speed this time. Pulls round the outside, gonna try and shut the door. Martin stays on the inside line. Oshima goes a little bit wide as well, but Hadjar has holding onto the track and takes the lead. Now cuts back to the inside line. Martins can't do anything about it, and Hadjar leads with a lap to go at Silverstone.
Wow, great job by Hadjar. He was just that bit closer, and that was close enough to take the lead. Now he's just got to try and pull away from him, but he's definitely got the pace to do that. So obviously Martins will still have DRS, but he will be far enough. But he's gonna need that DRS to defend from UCGM as well.
I think Oshima might just take second here. Martins might drop back. I don't know what's happened to him, whether it's tyres gone or the fuel isn't right or something, but he is dropping back quite significantly since the restart as well. As down we go then to the Wellington Straight out of Aintree. Now DRS open for Victor Martins. Hadjar's weaving once and twice, then gets back in. No one's going to make a move this time in towards Brooklands as the clouds start drawing in over the second part of the circuit in the Buckinghamshire area as well. And it's all now eyes to the front as we take a replay for Hadjar taking the overtake. Talk us through it, Synth.
Yeah, Hadjar is not allowed to make any mistake anymore, otherwise he can get back past him. Oh, look at that. Martins tried to brake as late as possible, but it's just not enough, and Hadjar has done such a good job to get past him as well. As we see another again now to live pictures, race control says black and white flag for O'Sullivan, I think it is.
O'Sullivan, yeah, track limit. So he's been given the naughty boy flag. No penalty. Right on board then with Victor Martins, with Oshima just behind him as well. Through the Maggots and Beckett's complex. Chapel will lead us, as I say, onto the Hangar Straight. And now this is the last opportunity Victor Martins will have. But I think he's just too far ahead is Isaac Hadjar, who's going for his first win of the season as well. Here in Formula 3 in the fourth round of the season. Martins can't do anything. He's been a multiple winner here this season. Now it looks like it's going to go the way of Isaac Hadjar, at least for the sprint race. Into the rail chicane. Nobody's going to stop him this time. An amazing draw. The checker flag falls. Isaac Hadjar for High Tech wins race 1 at the British Grand Prix for Formula 3. Victor Martins is second. Risa Tsushima takes third. A fantastic race. A brilliant podium. Maney is fourth. Frederick is fifth. Stanak sixth. Maloney takes seventh. Leclerc eighth. Behrman ninth. Crawford takes us in with the top 10. Brilliant race.
Oh, that safety car really spicing it up. Such an amazing end to this race, as Hadjar also takes the fastest lap in the final lap as well. Wow, the top 3 all battling for the lead, and it is Hadjar. He's done such a good job to take this lead. So Martin's basically being in the lead all the race, but it's not enough for him to take victory here for the sprint.
And let's hear from the race winner.
Car.
You made it, Steve. Brilliant line. Wow, thank you guys. Thanks for the Calvin.
And then you had 2 laps of no DRS after the safety car, which enabled Victor Martin to hold position. But once the DRS came into play, Hadjar was cool, calm and collected, knew what he needed to do, and just used the DRS.
Nicely done, Tom, as they come through. Well then, Synth, Victor Martins P2. Should we hear from him as well? So close to the race win here today as well. He'll be talking to his team coming up shortly. And hopefully we'll hear from the top 3 as well. He still leads the championship, though. Came in on 62 points. Roman Stanek was on 56. Now he's on... Victor Martin takes 71 points in this race championship so far this year. What an amazing race as well. And I must say thank you to Upright Fossil, who says, I really don't mind complimenting your group on superb work every time. So much mediocrity out there. Thank you very much. As Josh has also agreed, what a call, in my opinion, better call than the world feed. And Alright Foster says, alright guys, off to breakfast. It's 4:30 AM here in a hot, dry mid-USA. See you later. Oh my word, yeah, go and have breakfast, go and enjoy, and see you later for the FP3, which comes up in an hour and 22 minutes time. One of the biggest gaps we have for the day. And I'll write some notes up as well. Have a bit of food and then come back in the box. I think you're in the box with me, aren't we, Synth, for FP3?
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Fantastic. And Josh Plays is joining us as well in the pit lane as well with some info, I believe. And he'll be with Josh will be with us for qualifying as well today and the race itself tomorrow. And I think we're also on USRN at 2 tomorrow, I think, for the British Grand Prix. If you're out and about and can't get YouTube on your phone, the Mixlr radio app on USRN 2 is the place to be, as you can listen to myself, Ian Birch, Megan Birch, and Josh Plays in the comments box as well. Plans to have been cancelled, says Josh. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, that's a shame. As they come through. I haven't heard from anybody else as they come through, so we've already taken you through the field. In fact, let's take you through the field in full, actually, because we've only done the top 10. And that was Isaac Hadjar, Victor Martins, Risha Tsushima, Kush Maney as well. Oh, failing to follow race director's instructions for Maney. He's now under investigation. Oh, dear. So, Kush Maney finished in 4th, might not be 4th. What's he failed to acknowledge? Safety cars?
Not sure. I suppose behind the safety car.
There is the safety car, medical car that always goes out to make sure everyone's back in the pits. And they sort of blocked the pit lane there, so hopefully they can get back through. As they come through, right, Isaac Hadjar wins, Victor Martins is 2nd, Risa Tsushima 3rd, Kush Maney 4th, Caleb Frederick is 5th, Roman Stanak 6th, Zane Maloney 7th, Arthur Leclerc 8th, got ahead of Oliver Behrman and Jack Crawford rounding out the top 10. Kyle Collette 11th, David Vidales 12th, Franco Colapinto 13th, Zach O'Sullivan 14th, Johnny Edgar 15th, Hunter Yanni is in 16th, Ida Cohen 17th, Gregory Saucy 18th, William Alatello is 19th, Jose Maria Marti got up to 20th, so that's up 10 places from where he started at the back. Juan Manuel Correa 21st, Nazmin Asman is 22nd, Rafael Villagomez 23rd, Philip Ergan in his debut 24th, further down, 25th for Francesco Pizzi. Frederick Malavesti is down in 26th. Enzo Trulli, 27th. Brad Benadeves is 28th. Laszlo Toth and Zendrik Trevenek is out of the race. And Maney will be investigated after the race, so follow race director's notes as well. So he's in big trouble since, I believe.
Yeah, I hope it won't be anything too bad for him. He did a good job this race as well. You know, all those 3 in the top 3, you know, they all definitely deserved the race win. It didn't even matter who came out on top. They all did such a good job, and it was Hadjar eventually who is one from P4, so he did a good job from that as well. But he just had enough pace for it. He was the fastest up front.
Really was fastest up front and fastest throughout the race as well. As they come through, I think we're going to hear from the top 3 shortly. So we're going to see a replay now of Isaac Hadjar taking the checkered flag after 17 laps here at Silverstone. If it was scheduled the 18 as well, it would have been number 18 winning in Silverstone 18 laps. That would have been a nice poetic thing, but I suppose he did do 18 laps, didn't he, with the formation lap being twice up the order. Right. I think Laura Winter is going to be talking with our race winner shortly, unless we're going straight to the podium, which I think we might have, you know, but that's weird because we've got an hour and 18 minutes before the F1 practice and nothing else out on the circuit. I did get asked, why are you not covering the Porsche Super Cup? That's because the Porsche Super Cup, we don't normally cover it, and the only session live is that of the race. So going to the race without knowing anything that was happening would be quite a bit foolish. Let's listen to the top 3.
In the cool down. Please do not swear, labelled on the screen in bold letters. Should we have a little listen in just to hear if they're saying anything?
That's just for you, Harry.
Fairly subdued. And watching the race start back, actually, once Hadjar smiled on his face as well. And that was where, well, Victor Martins had a great start, really. It wasn't like Ushijima had a bad start, too.
Yeah.
I had such a bad start. This was funny.
Admiring Victor Martins' handiwork in that
Crash.
lap, and no comment on that crash there for the Charoux.
But the
Hadjar,
beginning of the race was
happy.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Victor Martins fairly happy. Risu Shijima pretty happy as well, I think. I think that will be a satisfied podium.
Very satisfied
It's
podium.
always a good day out when you are on the rostrum. We always say in motorsport, sometimes you have more bad days.
Can we
than
hear the
good
top 3?
days. So you've got to celebrate the good ones.
Well, it's so important. We say it all the time. consistency is key. And for Victor Martins, 2 retirements so far this year. That's
No,
2
then.
non-scores.
Well,
Oh, well. Okay, well, Victor Martins leads on 71 points. Roman Stanek is on 61 now, so the gap has actually reduced to 10. The gap. Hadjar's on 58 as well. Crawford 51, Leclerc 46, Behrman 29, Smollier 28, Colapinto 26, Frederick 22, Correa 21, Vidales and Maloney on 19 each as we come onto the podium now here at Silverstone for all the action of the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. Third place for Risa Tsushima, second place for Victor Martins, and first place for Isaac Hadjar, who takes victory in the sprint here at Silverstone. And we'll hear the French national anthem now coming out, which I must talk over because previously it's on very low because apparently the French national anthem gets a lot of flack on the YouTube, even though it is free. It costs things unless it's performed by a band. I can already see Prince Albert and Monaco standing on the podium as well, actually, down there. So that's nice to see. As they come here, often a guest here at Silverstone. Go on then, Synth. Who's going to take pole position today in Formula 1 then while we've got you here? Who's got your eye so far?
ooh, I think the Ferrari looks really quick now. I think they've done a good job with their upgrades for this race, and I think Red Bull might be struggling. It's still difficult after those first 2 practice sessions to see who's where because they didn't really have some representative times because in first practice obviously they didn't drive a lot, and in second practice they did long runs mostly, so it's really difficult to say for now.
French national anthem complete then here at Silverstone as Isaac Hadjar will collect P1 trophy for the sprint race. A Brit on the podium with Risa Tsushima in third position. Could have gone for the race win. That trophy looks slightly familiar as well. I know where they got that from. As they come through. High Tech, as you can hear, take their first podium of the season. Double check it now. Hadjar won race 1, of course. So second win of the year. Just double checking with my notes there. Yeah, second win of the year for Isaac Hadjar. Second win as well in a sprint race. He won the season opener in Shakir. And they'll take it through as well. On to the back of the podium as Victor Martins takes second and Risa Tsushima takes third position. It's champagne time here at Silverstone as well, and it will be the Ferrari, the official toast of the Formula 1 as well this season. You can spray it now, guys. You can spray the champagne. Away we go. There we go. Get it out there. Well, Synth, what do you think of that race? It was dominant. It was a clean race apart from the 2 Chiru Racing coming together. But I think this is a good precedent for the racing weekend to come.
Oh, I think this was a very good race. There's so much battles going on, and for the lead especially, that makes it a very interesting race. And let's hope we see that all weekend now for the coming F1, F2, and F3 races. It's going to be a very interesting weekend if it's all like this.
Looks absolutely fantastic. And there's the new hotel in the background there, the Hilton Hotel, that the bridge crosses over to the Silverstone wing as well here, as they've had some work done in the past couple of years. It had to stop due to COVID, but now it's all built and ready and it's open. Camping in style with a great view of the start as well. How much I would love to be up there right now in one of those hotel rooms with the commentary box equipment, and that would be the commentary box looking down on the start line. If anybody could do that for next year and help me out with that, I think that'd be perfect. Being in the hotel room at Silverstone commentating on this, I can put a camera out to the start line and I can bring one in as well and do a nice watch log from the trackside as well. I think that's actually a really cool idea, so I'll see if that's possible as well. But Hilton's cost a fortune. Anyway, might have it by then. Okay, there's the race results. Thanks, Synth. I'll see you in an hour. And for all of you at home, thanks for joining us for the F3. Next up, it's F1 Free Practice 3 from the British Grand Prix as well, as we continue our weekend of motorsport here at the home of British motorsport at Silverstone. Thanks for your company, Synth. Thanks for your company at home. We'll see you later on. Bye for now.